Steve Robinson texted me yesterday.
Oh, boy.
It's okay. He gave me some benefits and updates, which is fine. Let me see here. He says, for what it's worth or whatever. Oh, God, where is it? This is fucking unbelievable. How much time did you text me during the day, Steve?
I love you. I've always loved No, I'm saying that's what he said.
What time did you text me about your family yesterday?
Probably like 3 or 4.
3 o'clock, okay.
Oh.
What's that?
Some hurt feelings? Is that what
No,
this
here
is?
it is. By the way, I got to put family off limits going forward. Just got a nice intervention phone call from them.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I think that's fair, right?
No.
No?
Absolutely not. Why? What was it? Who called you?
My brother did.
What did he say?
Yeah, he just wants me to not talk about the family. That's all.
You just do like me and you pretend you don't know anything. I don't know.
He doesn't have to listen. Does it make you uncomfortable to talk about your family?
I mean, I talked about it with you, didn't I? I mean, I rolled with the punches.
Well, for a week and a half.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Enough is that you had your fun, and now
I would say no. Well, look at this guy we're beating up over here. He's not complaining. What did your brother say?
He just would appreciate it if I didn't air family business on the podcast. That's all.
And what did you say to him?
I said, you know what? I understand. I don't want to, ruin my fucking family
How is
relationships.
that going to? What
over
have
a
you said that's
podcast.
going to ruin your family's relationship?
Just talking about family business.
What have you told that's not true?
Well,
What have you told them not public about?
Nothing.
Have you
but that's
broken
the
any
problem.
news?
I mean, just like spilling truth out into the public isn't always great. Just because
But
it's
I don't think you
true.
said anything bad.
Stuff about my parents' relationship. That's
Oh,
that's
this
stuff
is
that,
the red flag one, Mike. Remember this moment?
Yeah.
7:22 on the 28th. Not good.
When
Not
you
good.
and Steve are having a
We
screaming
talked about
match and he walks out.
I mean, we talked about it. I just don't think there's any value for the listeners in rehashing it.
But couldn't that be on you to just lie in the
Steve,
future?
I mean, I could do
Steve,
that.
I don't want to be
I
an
could do
asshole,
that.
but don't tell me what the values are in the listeners. I know what the value is.
okay.
You don't. I mean, but if you're thinking you don't try and spin it that way. If you don't want to talk about it, tell me you don't want to talk about it.
Well, that's what I told you. I told you I didn't want to talk about it.
That's not what you said.
I said I wanted it to be off.
Let me read it
limits.
again. Maybe I don't know. I've been able to read now for I think 41 years. Let me try again because I don't think that's what you said. By the way, I got to put family off limits going forward. Just got a nice intervention phone call from them. Is this allowed? This is conversation breaking the violation.
No, we can have
Violating
this
the code.
conversation.
I just want to make sure going forward. I don't want to upset you.
It's just something I don't want to talk
Sure,
about.
no. Can you? Before I hired you, that's my fault. The blame's on me. Can you now maybe over the weekend put a list of all the other things we can't talk about?
There's nothing else.
Are you sure about that?
I just don't want to talk about my parents' relationship.
Well,
Is that fine?
you don't want to. Your brother doesn't want you to, or you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Why don't you tell me that?
I am right now.
No,
This is
you're
me
using your
telling you
brother.
right
I don't
now.
think this conversation happened. I think you're using your brother is bullshit. I don't think.
Do you want to get him on the show?
But no, you don't want to.
No, I'm just.
Well, wait. So
I'm
now you want your
telling
brother on the show? Like,
I'm
which
telling
is
you
it?
right now that I don't want
Which
to
is
talk
it?
about my parents.
Okay, but why didn't you tell me that before?
I didn't know it was going to come up. You kind of sprang it on me in the middle of the
fuck
show.
you-
I wanted to roll with the punches.
Did you think that was?
I didn't know my girlfriend was going to come up, and I didn't really like talking about that, but I did, and
I did too, as well. I'm telling you now that I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so that's now off topic. So we're doing a show where things are just off limits. On Barstool Radio,
one
on a
little
podcast,
teeny-weeny thing. We've got this
is
one little
off limits.
teeny-weeny thing talking about my parents. We've already got
No,
it
you
out
said
of the
your
way.
family.
I don't want to talk about
You said
it.
your family. I got to put my family off limits going forward. So who does that mean? Can you, for my edification? Because I'm trying to look. The idea of doing sort of uncomfortable, interesting radio to me is not as important as making you comfortable. So if you would now, as we go forward here for the next minute or two, furnish me, please, with every member of your family that's off limits.
Just my parents.
Just your parents.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because I don't want to say something about your brothers or get them upset.
No, that's fine.
They'll
Just
call
my
you.
parents.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Because you didn't say anything about them 2 days ago.
I know. This is I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do this. What the show's going to look like. I just don't want
Did
to
you
talk
ever
about
listen
my
to my
parents.
old show?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you were surprised when this thing about your parents came up conversationally.
No, I wasn't surprised.
So why didn't you say that to me then?
Prepared
At the end of
myself.
that show.
It was kind of in the heat of the moment. It was the first show. It was the first time we've
2
done it
weeks
together.
since. I mean, what? So your brother called you, or you called him?
He called me.
What happened?
Yeah, he was listening to the podcast.
Okay.
He heard some stuff he didn't like, and
What did he
in
s-
retrospect, I kind of agree with him. So
What
I just
did
don't
he
want to
like?
talk about my
I
parents.
don't remember anything that bad.
Neither do I.
don't
I'm
remember-
honestly trying to get to the bottom of this, and you're dodging around it. What was said in the conversation?
I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk
What
about
did he
my
say?
parents.
Now, my understanding is, and we can go back and play it. I mean, you. Don't
Oh, I know. There was something like about
Mike,
cheating or
Mike,
something.
shut
wasn't
up
there?
for a
Sorry.
second, would you? I can go back to this. So I can't do it today. Neither can you. We'll get somebody to come in here and do it for us. We can go back 90 seconds, and you told me that I can talk about your brother, right?
Yes.
So what did he say to you? You're not answering that.
He told me that he didn't want me talking about our parents' relationship.
Okay. So
And I don't want to do that.
So why didn't you tell me that?
Because in the moment, I didn't.
What world am I in where a
wasn't
fucking producer is
it wasn't-
making rules about who we can and can't talk about?
It's just a rule for me that I don't want to talk about it.
So if
I'm sorry if I said, oh, I want to put this off limits, but for me, I was just letting you know it's something I don't want to talk about.
Okay, fine. I guess we won't talk about it then. No problem. That's fine. I mean, I didn't realize. I would say we spent how much time over 2 weeks talking about your parents?
Maybe 5 minutes.
No, if that. I would say not even.
In the first episode, we spent at least 5 minutes.
It sounds like your brother's a pussy. I hate to say it. I mean, I don't mean to upset him, but he sounds like he's a pussy to me. Or either that, or worse, you're a pussy because you're using him as a shield, and he didn't actually call you at all.
I'll own it. I'm telling you. I don't.
So
want
then
to
you're
talk
lying
about
about your
my
brother
parents.
calling you then
No,
about
he
this.
did. I can pull up my phone and show you that.
That doesn't mean you talked about it. Who brought it up first? You or him?
He did. He called me specifically to bring this up.
Okay, and was he angry?
Yes.
Why?
Because he doesn't want us airing family business. He considers himself like the protector of the family.
Jesus Christ. Who's this?
My brother Ben.
Ben. Okay, he's your older brother?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Why don't you go work for Ben then? How's that sound? Go fucking be Ben's producer. Does that sound good? You guys can not talk about your parents, and you can fucking talk on the phone all the time. Like I don't like what the fuck? What
Is
am I
it really
supposed-
that big of a deal? Not
Well,
to talk about
it sets
my
a
parents?
precedent. No. That's fine. That I don't care about your parents, but that sets a precedent where I have never ever worked with a producer ever who has ever said to me, "Don't talk about this or talk about that." Maybe shame on them for that, but I'm just saying this is a new thing for me, and it's 10 days in, and I think you wanted to do this for a couple of days, and you're using your brother as a bullshit excuse. That's all.
You think I wanted to talk about my parents?
No. I think you wanted to say this to me, and you use your brother as a shield.
I mean, I was motivated by his call. I mean,
Right.
he's like my he's my role model, so I take his opinion very
What does
seriously.
he do for a living?
He is an accountant, and he's in the Army.
Okay, well, good. Thank him for his service. Great. Thanks a lot, Ben, for your fucking service. Hope you get shipped off to fucking Iraq for 20 years.
Oh, come on.
What? I do. Well, I do. What do you want me to say? I do. I do. I like the guy. He's getting in the middle of my fucking show. What good is he doing the show?
This is not a huge intervention in
Mike,
the show.
What good
I
is
can talk
General
again.
Ben fucking Robertson doing for the show?
No, he's taking away from
Yeah,
it.
he's taking away from this show, right? Mike, I'm talking to you, you stupid fuck. Yes.
I said it, yes.
Yes. You say other things too. What else?
You told me not to talk. I was letting you guys fight it out. Yeah, I'm surprised. I think if that really hurt you, you should have said it after the show that day. I think that's why Kirk's mad, is that you sent him a text saying, hey, someone talked to me about this.
I'm not even mad about that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I understand. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it. I don't like the fact that it's happening, though.
Yeah.
So what's going to be next? Steve will say right now, nothing. Oh, no, nothing. Everything else on the table. But then 3 weeks from now, he's going to say, I don't really want you to say that about...
Or if you ask about his wife after the honeymoon, something like that. You know what I mean?
But shit like that. But that'll probably be fine. But something down the line, he's going to text me and say, well, the show's pretty good today, but I talked to Ben, and I think maybe next time in the hour number 2, maybe we should do this instead. Ben didn't think that was funny.
That's not going to happen.
This fucking, I'm dealing with Ben, this fucking drip accountant who's fucking now programming my show.
No, it's not
That's
gonna
my
happen.
issue.
I mean, going
How do you
forward-
know that? How do you know that?
Going
It's already
forward,
happened once in 2 weeks.
I'll take the blind mic route, and I'll just lie.
Well,
It was bad on me for actually answering the questions and trying to be an honest participant in the
I
show.
guarantee you, if we had a transcript of that phone call, if we heard that phone call, Steve fucking buried me in that phone call.
What do I lie
Garen
about?
Did
fucking
not.
T.
Absolutely
Garen
did
fucking
not.
T.
Absolutely did not. I praised him.
Guaranteed.
He called me. He told me. He told
Guaranteed.
me I don't like the show. I don't like Kirk. I think he treats you like an asshole. And I told him, you know what? You're hearing something on the show, but Kirk.
He doesn't like me. He doesn't like the show.
Kirk has praised
Well,
me
fuck
more.
him, man.
Kirk has
Fuck
praised
him.
me more in 2 weeks than I have in the
Fuck
last
him.
5
Fuck
years.
him. Fuck him. Fuck him. I fucking hate him. Fuck him. I hate the show. I hate you. Fuck him. What is he? What show does he like? Get him on. Get the fucking drip on. That's fine by me. I don't care. Jesus Christ, I hope he gets deployed tomorrow. Fucking morrow. I do. It gets in the way of my fucking show. No, I hope he doesn't get hurt. But I hope he goes over there and it's 140 degrees and he has to fucking eat that shitty food and sit around for 9 years. Is he married?
Yes.
Does he have kids?
Yes.
Fuck his kids too.
Oh, come on,
What?
man.
Fuck them. What do you want me to say? Their future generations will get in the way and be like, what's their name? Is that the kids you have on the phone?
No.
Okay. What are their names?
Dennis, Kaylin, and
Steve doesn't want to say their
Marianne.
names. Doesn't even want to say their names. Doesn't even want to say their names.
I'm
He's
doing the blind
so
mic.
paralyzed by
You're
fucking.
fine. You're fine
so
with blind
paralyzed.
Mike lying that he doesn't even know where
I don't
his
get this.
fucking
Where?
dad
Why am I?
works.
Where does he
a liar?
lie? What does he
Where
lie
am I
about?
lying?
That you don't know where your dad works or anything like that?
I don't know where he works. That's not. What do you want me to say?
Well, did Mike text me yesterday and say, hey, just a heads up. I talked. What's your brother's name? Mike?
My brother, Anthony.
Yeah, I talked to Tony yesterday, and he didn't really like that segment. He thinks the show stinks. Like,
But that isn't a lie. I don't know my dad does. I don't talk to him that
he thought
often.
it was
Like,
mean.
I don't know what
he
you
thought
want
it
me
was
to
mean
do.
that you made fun. Like, it doesn't seem like you have any problems making fun of this guy, having him answer questions. You just don't want to.
I just don't want to talk about
Something
my
like
parents.
Dennis. If we do a
don't
show
want to talk about my
if I do a show
parents.
10 years from now, I have fucking Dennis Robertson fucking texting and the next generation of fucking people bitching about the show. Yeah, Uncle Steve. Yeah, why does Kirk still do that, thing where he talks to the caller daddy girls? Or, why does it, what Ben should have done, honestly? Ben should have said, Steve, why did you fuck up that Real Sports sound so bad? That fucking sucked. You did a shitty job. Why didn't he say that?
I don't think he listened that far.
So he doesn't like the show. He listened to the first half hour, doesn't like it? Well, good. Tell him not to listen. Tell him to go fuck himself. Oh.
I also don't get how I became a liar. I'm a little annoyed by that.
Mike,
Well,
move on. This is not the Mike Geary show. Okay?
Well, I mean, he just called me a liar.
Yeah, where's he lying about? That's right.
I
got
thought
your
you were.
back.
I thought you were advocating me not telling the truth.
No,
about
I'm
my
saying
family
dance
instead of
around
saying-
something if you don't want to answer it. I didn't say
Okay,
just make
sorry.
up a lie.
So I apologize for saying making up lies, but yeah, in the future I'll just dance around it.
That's great.
I thought just being truthful with you in the first
now we're
episode
dancing
was
around.
better.
Yeah, it is. Now we're dancing around shit because of fucking Ben Robertson.
But I'm just being honest with you that I don't want to talk about my
No,
parents.
you're not. No, you're not. That's not. You did not text me that yesterday, Steve. You did not text me that yesterday. I'm happy to read it again. That is not what you texted me yesterday.
Okay, I'm sorry.
True
if
or
the text,
false?
I'm
True or
sorry. I'm
false?
sorry if the text did not convey how I feel.
That's not what you
I
said,
don't want
though.
to talk about
You
it.
threw your fucking brother under the bus or your family or whatever. You had a family intervention, which makes it sound like, first of all, that makes it sound like 14 people called, or you walked into
Sat
a
him
room
down.
and the fucking Robertsons were there. This fucking group of assholes, your fucking brother and your nieces and nephews and your... Do we beep out there? Because I just said your parents. We beep that out, right? I don't want to... You have parents, right? I don't
have
want to...
parents.
Okay, I don't want to get into that. Are they married or no?
I just don't want to talk about
I'm
it,
just
man.
asking. I forget. I don't.
No,
I don't,
they're not married.
Okay, that's all. I just wanted to get everything clear. So you walked in the intervention. The intervention should have been about the fucking Gumbel thing. The fucking cuts, really. Made sure, were you fucking drinking that day or were you fucking drugged or what? You walk in there and they say, you know what? We don't want you talking about this. Fine, great. If you tell me that off the air, you say, hey, I have a real problem with this. Fine, I'm going to bring that conversation onto the air, but we probably won't talk about it again after that. Is that okay?
That's fine.
I'm just trying to figure out what the rules are.
That's
here
fine.
As we go forward.
I'm not trying
As we
to
go
put
forward
rules.
and you leave this fucking show for 3 weeks after 2 weeks, after you leave us for 3 weeks, when we come back, we just want to make sure you're comfortable. We don't want you upset. We don't want that, right, Mike?
Oh, absolutely.
No, this is not. We don't want that to happen. So when you come back after leaving us for 3 weeks after the fucking show starts, we know what else. You have 3 weeks. Take time when you're in fucking Tuscany. And we're trying to do our show every day, and I have fucking Mike who's blind and a new producer in here, and some fucking studio. I don't know what's going on. We're moving somewhere else, and you're over by the fucking river or whatever. Take your time and list all the things that make you uncomfortable. Send them to me via email or text or mail them because you're gone long enough. You could send it by, over the fucking ocean. It'll get to me by the time before you're back. And I'll read them and make sure everything's okay. Because the last thing I want is for you to be the slightest bit uncomfortable.
Being uncomfortable is fine.
No.
Being uncomfortable is fine.
It makes me uncomfortable that you're uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about
my
it.
parents,
Makes me
that's
so
all.
uncomfortable that you're uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about you being uncomfortable because it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like talking about it. My brother called me last night and said it makes him uncomfortable. So Adam Minihane, who I don't want to make him uncomfortable. That's it. They support my brother. Support my show. They like it, but no, I don't know. Whatever. My bigger issue: if my brother called me and said, "Hey, you shouldn't talk about mom and dad being dead," and joke around about it like I do sometimes because that's a way of sort of coping. It's a coping mechanism for my parents dying. If he said, "Hey, your show sucks," I would have said, "Fuck you. We're working our ass off here. We're by ourselves. We're fucking fighting. We're starting this new thing here. People seem to like it. Go fuck yourself, Ben." Click. And instead, I wouldn't have said, "You know what, Ben? In retrospect, you're right. Kirk is so mean. I don't really understand it.
Not
don't
at all
get
what
it."
I said.
Totally.
Not
right.
at all what I
Totally.
said. Nope.
Mike, what do you think happened?
Can I make one request?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't want to talk about my disability anymore.
That's totally
It makes
fair.
me
I don't want
uncomfortable.
to make. I don't want.
I'm lying about it apparently. So
See, Mike's mad at you.
I don't know where that. I don't know where that
I'm
came from. That I'm a liar. I just don't understand.
I didn't mean to say that
I
you were
don't
a
know
liar,
what my
just
dad
that
does. You can ask me any fucking
I
question
guess-
about it.
I guess
I don't
I'm
know what he does.
jealous.
He's a shady guy. I've always thought he was a bookie or a fucking drug dealer or something.
I'm jealous that
I don't know what he
didn't adopt
does.
your strategy talking about parents and just say I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
I know. I wish I
I'll tell you what my mom does. You want to know what my mom does?
No.
I do. What does your mom do?
She's a secretary.
That's very nice. Now, later on, when you text me about this conversation,
I was like, oh, jeez,
just
Kirk,
say
that was
Kirk. Just say Kirk.
was a
It's
rough
not,
one.
not right. Like, please don't bring up my mom ever again.
Office manager, I should say.
Oh, is she? Well, good for her.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Lisa.
Lisa. We've said that before, right?
Yes.
Well, congratulations to Lisa. Does she listen to the show?
Sometimes.
Does she like it or she hate it like the Robertson?
I think she she must like it because she texted me about that Harvey Weinstein thing. So
That's
she
true.
must-
So
yeah.
she's a fan. The Robinson family hates it.
Not big fans.
They hate the show. That's good. If I were you, I would take that as such an affront.
Why?
Because he's your brother. He should be supporting you. Say, hey, give it a chance, asshole.
I mean, I told him exactly
No,
how
he
I
sounds
feel
like your
about
older
it.
brother. He sounds like he's your older brother, and he pushes you around.
No, I told him
He
exactly
slaps you
how I
around.
feel about it. I told him that it was a great move for me. I'm liking the show. We're having a lot of success early on, and that this is one of the best places I've worked.
Well, if you don't like it, I don't mean to be an asshole. If it's gonna be too tough, get the fuck out of here. Like I don't,
That's not at all what I
don't want
said.
you to do that, but get the fuck out.
What about
Like,
that? What about that makes you think that I don't like it? Or I wanna
that's
get
a
the fuck
bad.
out?
That's a bad early sign. That's what I would say.
Just
Mike?
saying I don't want to talk about my parents.
No,
Do you think? Do you think?
it's not what? That's not
did
what
the
you
tone of
said.
it-
That's not what you said. What? Go ahead, Mike.
Did the tone of it bother you, or just the idea of it? Like, if he had said, "Hey, like, could we lay off my parents?" Would that have been better, or was it the
Yes,
the wording
fine.
that bothered
If he
you?
had said that, if he had said it himself,
Yeah.
whatever. Last Wednesday, I said, okay, like it's not that interesting. It was kind of a funny one-off. It was just the two of us in a room trying to get to know each other. Longest conversation we ever had. No big deal. Fine, no big deal. But it's more the idea now that I have to go through Ben Robinson to fucking book my show. I get a feeling just from this conversation he's a drip, right? He's an accountant, doesn't like me, so he doesn't have a great sense of humor, right?
No, he's a great guy.
I'm sure I didn't say he's not a great guy. I didn't say he's not a great guy. That's not what I said. I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. Thank him for his service, though I doubt he has really ever served a day for his country. My guess is if you dug it all, he's probably one of these false
tours in
military
Iraq.
guys. Yeah, I wonder. That's all I'm saying.
Bronze Star.
I'm not asking to dig into it, but I'm just saying. Is he a guy who has a great sense of humor?
Yes, he is.
Well, regale me, please, with some of the greatest Ben Robinson comedic moments.
I think that he just heard the first
No.
episode.
That's not what I asked. No, that's not what I asked.
There's a little bit of tension in the
That's
air.
not what I asked. That's not what
And
I
he felt
asked.
a little
There was no
defensive
tension
for his
between
younger
us.
brother.
There's no tension between us in that show.
And when he heard
Did you hear
his
that
parents
first?
being talked about
there was
like that.
tension between us.
It sounded fun. Like I didn't.
Yeah, we were
I didn't think Steve
joking
had any
around.
problem with that at all. I was
Neither did
I'm surprised to
There's-
hear this.
Go back and play
I
it.
didn't
There's
in the
no
moment.
tension.
I didn't in the moment. I was trying to do the thing. I was trying to answer your questions. But in retrospect, it was not in the interest of my family. That's all.
Well, that's also part of the job, though. We're going to say things that aren't always in the interest. Our show is not the interest of
understand
it's the
that.
interest of us and getting the people. The people will like this a lot more. We should scrap that shitty debate stuff we did. Just get to this from the start.
Okay, we can do that
Yes,
if you
it's
want.
farm right. Am I wrong, Mike?
I agree.
Farmer, you were as good as you were on it. I would say that it's hard for you. I know it's hard for you to give up some of those great lines you had, but
Yeah, that'll be tough for
Yeah,
me.
but we can
Well, this
move-
is also a great environment for comedy later. That'll be fun. Thanks.
Well, here's the thing. Let's be honest. Whether you're a fan of comedy, I am. Steve is. Kingpin Pete. There's only one person you're really trying to please here with this comedic bit, right?
Yeah.
Who's that?
You?
No. Try again.
What do you mean?
Who books this show?
Oh, I'm trying to
Ben.
please Steve.
No, Ben. Ben Robinson. That's
I'm
who,
sorry.
that's who you're like.
I
So
didn't
we'll
get
play
it.
it for Ben, and if
Yeah.
Ben likes it, if he gives us the
There's some off-color jokes he may not care for.
if he salutes us, right? If he lets us go, if we march properly and
Yeah.
do it all and make sure this floor is clean, and he gives us a thumbs up, fantastic. Right?
I think you guys would actually get along.
I hate his fucking guts.
I think you guys would get along.
Don't ever introduce me to my
You should
fucking
go
hate
up.
him.
You guys would like each other.
I think he's a traitor. That's what I think. I think he's a traitor to the show, and that is not
And this
to,
nation.
to his brother, which is it makes you wonder what he would do under pressure if he cracked. Honestly, I'm not even being a dick here, but that actually, are we allowed to talk about your brother?
For now, you'll be getting a text about it later.
I'm serious. That will happen. You know that.
Yeah, you can. Fine, if you want to.
No, but you don't want to.
You've already said he's a fucking traitor. He's 2 tours in Iraq. He's got a Bronze Star. You want to call him a traitor? That's fine.
I
it's
don't think
funny.
either one. I don't think
It's
either one.
funny.
I don't think
the shock
either,
factor is funny.
I don't think either one of those things happen, but that's fine. You can believe that. Whatever he tells you, I guess you go along with. But the idea that he books the show.
He doesn't.
Now going forward, of course he does. He's the reason for this
there's no
segment.
booking going on. Yeah, he's
if
the
he was
reason
never
for this
born,
segment.
if you're and your didn't conceive him at some point, we wouldn't be having this conversation, correct?
Well, yeah, that's
So then he's booking the show. He in fact is the reason for this content.
I don't think there's any way I could have said I don't want to talk about my parents
Why
without
not?
without you picking at that scab and turning it into a segment.
Absolutely not. If you had said to me, "Hey, look, I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. There's a lot of hard family feelings." So far, our conversation off the air about anything, have I been a dick at all?
No, you haven't.
So then what?
And that's
what
what I told my brother yesterday when he called up and he was
Why
like,
does everybody have to go
"Sounds
back
like
to this
I'm being a dick
asshole
you."
brother of yours? I don't give a care about this fucking idiot. What I'm saying is, and Steve's mad when I make fun of his brother. He's your hero, right?
Yeah.
He's
It's
your
his
hero,
big brother. It's
Yeah,
his idol.
good. Your hero is fucking going to ruin this show. You know what his name is? Bob Murchison Robinson. That's who he is. He's worse than
Same level?
Murchison.
That's
Yeah, I have more
low.
respect for
Same level.
Murchison. I do. I have more respect for Murchison. I do. Because at least he would fucking go and just do it. He's going back channels. Of course, given that he's probably a secret, he's probably a double agent. He probably works with the Russians. He's probably learned that way. He hides and sneaks and does his things and calls Steve and it's I don't like the show. What did he say again? Let me hear it again.
He just said that he doesn't want us airing
That's
family business. Doesn't want me talking about my
that,
parents.
that's not. No. What did he say about the show and me?
He said that he didn't like it because he thought you treated me like an asshole.
Right. And what did you say? First of all,
I
you're
said-
a grown
I said-
man.
I
You have a
said
microphone.
No. I said no. I said that I've been treated better here than I have at any other place I've worked. I've gotten more praise, more positive feedback
Enjoy
from
that.
you and the CEO.
What did your brother say to that?
He was somewhat ameliorated. He thought that he agreed. I mean, or he came to see my perspective, but he still doesn't want me talking about my parents' relationship.
Okay. I don't want to talk about your parents' relationship either. I hate all of them. I hate all 10 of them. I hate their fucking kids. I hate you. I hate fucking, what's his name? Ben?
Yes.
I hate Ben. Benjamin? Fucking hate you too. I hate them. What do you want me to say? I hate him. I hate his fucking guts. If you're me and that's all you know so far, would you like this guy?
No.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at Steve, but
I mean,
that's
I think
okay.
I think
You
you have to
would?
appreciate
If
and
I-
respect him. Yeah.
Why? For what?
Standing up for his fucking family.
That's not his job, nor is it yours. You work for this show. You work for me.
I understand that, but I'm just telling.
Did he like Howie?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a big right-wing military dummy, right? Probably.
No.
An accountant who probably fucking is a total grifter too. I want his, is he live in Maine?
Yes.
I want him investigated for grifting as an accountant. I want that to happen right now. Is that lunatic still the mayor of Maine or the governor of Maine or no?
Which lunatic?
The
Jan
guy.
Mills?
Oh no, who's the crazy guy?
Paul LePage.
Yeah, he's gone, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's Mills now, right?
Yes.
Yes. I am calling on her right now, loud and clear, to begin that investigation. That's fine. If I'm going to prison, he is too. I cannot fucking deal with this. Steve, am I wrong to be this upset?
You said Steve,
Mike,
but you're
whatever his
looking
name
at
is. Mike.
You get mad when I respond. You get mad when I don't. Don't be mad at me. We're mad at him.
That's right. That's right.
For God's
That's
sake.
right. Am I wrong?
No. And I think
it has nothing to do with. Sorry, Mike. It has nothing to do with. I totally understand where your brother's coming from on that. I get that completely. I had parents too. I get that. No way. I think this is Steve's way of tweaking me and being like, I have parents, asshole. You have none. I have 4. There's a little bit of that, which is fine. But I totally get where he's coming from. I really do understand that. But it is not. You have to tell him to either not listen or shut the fuck up in a nice brotherly way.
I don't think he's going to listen, so I don't think that'll be
Good.
a
I
problem.
think he sounds like a drip. I don't want him listening to this fucking show. What are you gonna say, Mike?
Oh, well, I think what Steve should remember is that like it's when you're talking about your parents, no one knows who your parents are. So it's more of a character you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Even if you talk shit about your parents.
So
like,
Mike is saying-
I've made my dad out to be a fucking deadbeat.
So are you lying,
And
Mike?
no, but he's
wait,
not.
well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you
Yeah,
lying?
I'm a big liar.
Which is it?
No, but I think my dad's an all right guy. There's just some flaws that he has, but people think he's a
This is
piece of
so-
shit. But no one knows who he is, so who gives a fuck?
This is not good. Not good. Not good. It's just not good. Not good. Not good. I'm frustrated. Not good. And again, there's nothing to do with the content. I totally understand it. It's a horrendous precedent to set. A fucking awful precedent to set. It's not even the worst thing Steve texted me yesterday, by the way, while we're at it. Like, it's the second worst thing. The other one I just fucking ignored. Where is it? The Barstool stuff. Where the hell is this? He texted me last night at 6:22. Maybe we should do a cooking with Kirk video as a spoof to put ourselves in the conversation. Thinking you cooking breakfast, but you just ordered Dunkin' Donuts. What are you pointing at?
I was just setting Mike up for this one.
Why?
Because we were talking about this earlier.
I
before he
actually
came
don't
in.
mind. I don't know
It's a
about the
fucking-
Dunkin' Donuts thing in general, but I don't mind the idea of you doing
Why?
something like that.
Why?
Because I think it would maybe turn attention to Barstool people
I
that
don't
don't know who
care
you
if
are.
they can listen to my show or not. I have an audience. I don't. I'm
that's-
not gonna sit there and dance for fucking 22-year-old idiots.
I'm just,
not
I
interested in
can't
that.
now say it's a horrible idea.
It's a
just 'cause we're
horrible
arguing.
idea.
I just can't say that because I said it to Steve. You know what I mean? Like I
But
can't turn my back on
If you
it.
hadn't talked to Steve before, you would agree with me.
Well, of course.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. Fine. What did Ben think of it?
Didn't talk about it
You really didn't run it by him? Why
No.
not? He fucking books the show. Why don't you contact him about it?
because he doesn't book the show.
Oh, really? I mean, he sounds like he does. He sounds like he controls what is talked about and what's not talked about, largely. To me, that's what it sounds like. No? I mean, do I need to take over everything now in the show? I mean,
No.
if you can't handle this stuff, that was light. If you can't handle it, I'm not trying to be an
I
asshole.
did handle it. We
Probably
talked
best just to
about it.
get out now and save yourself.
We did talk about it.
Save yourself the grief.
We did talk about it. I'm just saying, going
know-
forward, I don't want to.
No, but what you're missing is I've done this before. What you're missing is this is not the only time you're going to be frustrated with this stuff. This is going to happen again and again. Like, I mean, now.
Especially now.
Well, yeah, I just mean, like, do you think I mean, I don't know, Mike, do you think there's going to be now moments where Steve's going to be like, geez, he talks to his brother, whoever, and if that affects you, then that's not good.
I think on the contrary, because of this, I'll be motivated to talk about as much uncomfortable shit as possible.
That's your take. What?
Yes, because I don't
Am I
want
wrong?
you. I don't want
Mike,
you
what
to.
am I-
I don't
It's
want you
turned
to
around
feel
on
like
us.
I'm boxing in the show. I just don't want to talk about my parents. Everything else, we'll put it out there.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm fine not talking about your parents. I don't care. I don't think we've talked. When's the last time we talked about your parents?
Yesterday,
For how long?
maybe 2 minutes.
No fucking way. We talked about your parents for 2 minutes yesterday.
We
No
had
chance.
a
It was a joke or
conversation
two,
about
maybe,
in
yeah.
vitro fertilization.
Okay. When? During a commercial read?
No,
When?
it was in the show yesterday.
And what was the joke?
I don't
Would you
know.
say it was? Would you say? I know the. Would you say it was pretty satirical? Considering I've never met your parents, I know.
That's
nothing
what I was
about-
trying to say.
I
is
know
that we
nothing
don't know your
about
parents.
them.
So yeah.
No,
I'm sure your
it was.
parents are wonderful people, and your step parents seem like they're nice people too. Seems like they're all happily married. Like I don't even understand. I don't even get it. There was nothing. Like you want to lay out their biography, right? You don't want to do that.
That's what I don't want to do.
No problem.
Okay.
But I think within the even that yesterday, you understand. In Benjamin understands. We're not actually talking about your parents because I don't fucking know who they are. They could be anybody.
Yeah, of course.
In
I
vitro, I
think-
don't know what the fucking your parents are. Like, how would I don't even understand what context? Which it's a joke. You're there. We have an established history with that, so we use it as a joke. It's a comedy. I know it's under sports and recreation. This is a comedy show. We've had a lot of laughs the last 20 minutes. This is as we'll find out later too. This is a comedy show. Like we're not really talking about your parents.
The fuck up on
Right.
my part was being just too honest about my family. That's all.
What is
And
it?
I could have communicated. That's Kingpin Pete.
Well, tell him to hold on for 2 minutes. I'm gonna go home. They're gonna leave me alone. Another idiot. Can Kingpin Pete? Is he smart enough to set up our PD? Well, I don't even know. Is he our PD or is he our vice? Is he the general manager? Ben, what is his title?
He doesn't have a title.
Okay,
He's just
so-
my brother.
Sounds like he's a program director. So maybe we can set him up for something and put him in the Clinkerino for a while. Is that possible? Tell Pete to stay out for a minute. Stay out for a minute. Hold on. 1 second. Pete. 1 second. Jesus, that guy was in jail.
He looks like a Kingpin Pete.
Can you see him? Are you ready to dry him today, Mike, or no?
Yeah, I'll draw him.
Now I'm exhausted. I'm so fucking pissed off. I'm so pissed off at you. I'm legitimately pissed off, and I can tell that you're uncomfortable, right?
I mean, I was
Your hands are
expecting
crossed.
this.
Your face is red.
I was
you're
expecting
uncomfortable.
this.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was.
Based
I
on
knew
what?
as soon as I tried to make anything and not bring anything on the air, the first thing you were going to do is say, "This is uncomfortable. This builds tension. Let's put it out
Why
there."
wouldn't you call me and say, "Hey, this makes me uncomfortable"? We're going to talk about it anyway, inevitably on the air, have this conversation.
We have more of like a texting relationship.
No. But this is bigger, and I would have more respect if you said, "Hey, I have this," and I talked to my brother, and he said this, so we're going to do this.
Okay.
And
That's
by the way,
fair.
if there's
That's
not
fair.
a fucking Ben Robinson parody account by 12:30 today, then we might as well all fucking quit. That's what I would say. Is he gonna be okay with
Critiques
that?
every
Or,
show.
Is he gonna be okay with that or no?
I think he'll be fine with
You
that.
sure? I don't
Yes.
want to upset Ben. Ben's in the port. He's Bronze Star, right?
Yes.
What did he get his Bronze Star for?
Iraq.
No, but what did he do? What
Acts of valor.
yeah. Was he? He's like the guy in Good Morning Vietnam who controls a radio and like gets Robin Williams fired. That's what he did over in Iraq. There was this wacky Iraqi DJ.
Yeah.
The American guy, and Ben was like, I do not like these fucking jokes. General, let's get this fucking guy off the air. Okay, this is offensive. I don't like it. Boom. And they said, here's your gold star, correct? Does he have any kills?
We don't talk about it.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Jesus.
There's a lot-
fucking
No,
Christ.
I'm just saying, no, he's never.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I assume yes.
I give up. Obviously,
he saw action. He saw action.
So
but
Ben
it's
is
not
now
like-
also off top. Okay.
No,
so
he's
mom,
not- he's not off
Dad.
topic.
So we have four. We have four confirmed people.
I'm
off
just
topic,
tell- I-
right?
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm trying to for the show going forward make sure who we can't talk about.
We've never talked about the people that he killed.
We have four people who are off topic, correct?
No, just my parents.
Not the step parents.
Just my parents.
So we could talk about your step parents banging each other and filming sex videos and get load shot in their face and stuff like that.
I'll put it this way: you could say
No,
you
no,
could
no,
say
but
whatever
I
you
wanna
want.
know what makes-
I'm not
I
going to
wanna
talk about
make
my
you-
parents.
I wanna know what makes you- that's
You
a-
could say
are
whatever
they-
you want about my parents. I'm not going to talk.
I'm
about
not
my
talking
parents.
about your parents. I'm asking who is off topic. If you tell me right now, my step parents also makes me uncomfortable, then we'll move away from them going forward. I need to know.
I would not. I'm not going to talk about my step parents or my
Jesus,
parents. Is that
okay.
fine?
I'm saying both. That makes you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Okay, fine, great. Who else?
That's it.
Okay, it is 7:49 when you say that nobody else. 7:49 on June 28th. Mark that. That we can't talk about anybody else. Everybody else is fine.
Yes.
Okay, Mike, do you believe that's the last time we'll have a conversation like that? Given we are now 10 shows, not even 10 shows in.
I
and
don't know. Steve could go one of two ways here. He could be scared of this ever happening again and just go over the top talking about everything.
Not going to happen.
Or
Not gonna
yeah,
happen.
it will happen again then.
Not going to happen. Okay, so all right, so we're having Kingpin Pete in here now.
Yes.
Oh,
That'll be
Get Roman.
That'll be
Is
fun.
that okay or no? We could talk. We can. He's a convict.
No, I was lying about that. I lie
Were
about
you,
a lot of stuff.
one of your fucking
yeah,
lies
I
again?
made it up.
Is
yeah.
he lying too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Is Ben okay with having him on or no? Can we
Yes.
call? I'm not doing. Can you text him real quick and check? Because I'm not doing the show. I don't feel comfortable without his guidance and his knowledge all the years he's entertained people, all the ratings he's gotten, all the support, all the love, until I know he's comfortable with it, I'm not fucking doing the show. He's like, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys?
Yep.
You know that whole story or no?
I know he's crazy. I don't know.
He's crazy.
About,
So he had a shrink who basically took over his life, made all his decisions. That's kind of who I want Ben to be for me because I have such respect for his guidance and his instincts for what works and doesn't work. I need to know if he's okay with this. I'm not trying to be. I think you think I'm being a jerk. I'm not. I really need to know.
Well, he just doesn't like you cursing on the show. Could we tone that down?
He doesn't like that. Does he like the poopy talk?
No, he doesn't like
the pee-pee?
no blue humor.
The pee pee wee wee stuff. He
No.
doesn't like that.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Good. Well, I just need to know. I need to know what's going forward here.